still change up their
An
comp.
interesting thing about this,
Like DRX's fracture looked
this
legit.
roster hasn't been able to beat them. In fact, T1
So,
hasn't been able to beat DRX ever.
To change it up on this,
So
I'm not
this is
sure they
going to
need to
be
do
a
it.
really
And I think I said that's a split also. I can't remember what the map was. Either way, let's see. DRX on attack, T1 on defense. And this for sure is T1's map to try and steal. Because last time they played this map, DRX just looked way better.
Push coming through here from T1. They're just gonna lurk back through that sewer.
Okay, they get underpass to 3. They go for a 4-1.
Starting to bring things forward.
And it's just a full retake on this one. It's going to be a relatively hard retake from T1. The good news is they're going to be able to be pretty fast behind.
For the moment. There's a go freeing, pushing in through halls. Looks like it's going to be a relatively safe take here on the site. A little bit of a reroute there as the sheer wall does come up, but spike does get planted. T1 now. Try to rotate around.
Hard retake.
Into position to try to go for a retake.
Oh, that Cypher util there.
I'm watching freeing here. This drone is like, where is everyone?
Flashback. It's got one.
Very, very nice. He was patient the whole time over towards top.
Meteor taken down off the rip. The rest of the players now starting to storm their way forward.
Yeah, everyone reacts. They don't have too much map control though. This is nice. They decide to pinch over towards here late in reaction to losing A main. Oh my god, he's insta-dinking everyone. Oh. Dude, we got so many headshots in the space of about 3 seconds. That was awesome. Dude, he's calm with the classic.
Bit of a rough outing the last time against Vitality.
Dink,
but a hot start for him. The emotional leader for DRX getting involved early. See if that can keep them fired up. But this is a map that DRX has been very, very good on. T1 has struggled. You can see part of the problem for T1 on this map has been map awareness. They're not always fully
this is very nice. And this is no
around
matter
them,
what, going to be a hard retake.
accounting
Also
for some of these
loved
lurks, some
their
of these
reaction
flanks.
on site,
And that early
right?
pick by Flash
Once they had
really
this
set the
control
stage,
here,
kept
they lost
Sylvan
A
in
main.
a
That
very
should be a question
isolated
mark.
position
They
on an
managed to
island,
actually
trying to figure
just
out what's
take
going on
this bit
around
of
him.
map control when they had
grab.
nothing. They knew there was
Working on
nothing over
mid.
towards heaven because he's been here the
Bigger
whole time.
changes here for this DRX comp is that you're really curious to see how that's going to play out.
Set up though, flashback about to walk into this, but Meteor going to be taken down in flashback.
Well, there goes your free sight.
Sense of this toggles the cam and now is going to start sprinting.
Yeah, and this is DRX twice. Seeing that they're playing a 4-1 because you've just seen the Vice util alone round before. We've just seen the Vice on his own. Second round. So we'll see how long DRX decide if they want to keep doing it into the actual buy rounds themselves.
I like this
Create a
idea.
little bit of split pressure here.
Yeah, I really like this idea from T1 because ideally you don't want to hand over any more orbs. Maybe you can find an exit frag, but just trying to find ways to die to the spike. You tripped the tripwire, so now you know you don't want to go through tree. Try to find a different direction to get in there and find a way to die to that spike safely. Let's see if DRX gives them the option. Ooh, stacks.
T1 identifying that it's fairly unassailable
Okay,
here.
and maybe
maybe
these could have hunted a little bit, but they want to save their regen.
That's going to be a flawless here for the side of DRX. Winning out the anti-eco.
Yeah, so for what it's worth, T1 plays that pretty well. One thing I'm going to be also really keen on in this matchup is flashback for DRX. And so far, he's doing a good job. Like you were talking about, identifying that he was going to potentially be under pressure coming out of A main, backs off. This was something he had a really tough time with against Vitality. They're really tricky in the way that they'll make contact and back off, or make contact and keep pushing, keep you guessing as that
T1 for the first buy round.
that Sentinel player. So, you know, maybe you'll clear the cam and then
it's not the same. We go for a 2-3.
wait it out. You take a pause and then rotate somewhere where Flashback isn't able to keep track of you, where he's not really clearing space. Something he needs to be very keenly aware of. A good start for him in that second round.
Clear on the stealth drone, might have identified presence of at least the one, but yep, the jump across there. Hyunmin taking space over here towards drop. Forces a tuck back from Isu.
Yeah, we're 1 away now. So pressure over towards Dish.
You're not taking any
Got an orb over towards here as well. In reaction to losing Dish, they go 2-pass and aggro, and they're about to meet it.
Stack, swing coming through, a little bit of a delayed reaction.
No way, Sylvan just fully whiffed.
Grim now out of the equation, stun across onto Meteor as he tries to stay tucked in behind the boxes. Stealth drone looks to flush him out and will be able to do so. Now he's going to be surprised for the next few seconds. God's flying his way, the pressure coming in off the flank.
Holy, oh my goodness.
Salvo's down on the floor and Ring able to find him.
What are you actually meant to do there?
For T1,
That's so stupid.
Bad position now. His flashback comes in with it.
God, okay, T1 is sleeping out here as well. We mess up at Angel on a person that's walking, and then we get wrecked on sight. That's kind of fine, but everyone else is just sleeping a little bit. It's nice from DRX as well. They just fast big buy rounds in. They have the late luck through dish. Also, the whole overall plan made sense, right? Dish control, get the orbs, get the reach ult on the go.
Blood in the water. Darks swirling. Buzz will be able to find one. A hell of a lot more would need to be
taking down. No money into this one. Everyone's sitting at like 3-1, 3,100.
That next rolling thunder and a bonus conversion for DRX.
This is just a timing thing. T1 thinks they're going to be able to push a little bit of space with that contact towards Dish. They're assuming
T1,
maybe it's an arcade
I mean, they're
push.
just not that
Actually,
comfy on this map.
Stack coming at them from the
from
tree
what
side.
we've seen. The only real comfort maps are Lotus, Pearl, Haven. The good news is they managed to get 2 of them. So Fracture is like kind of a whatever. It's like can they try and win it somehow? The Banshee.
Stack's able to avoid the salvos for now.
Why don't they ban this map? Similar thing would have happened on Abyss.
To this hit so far for DRX.
Quickly forced out of halls, though. Sheriff's in hand will demand a degree of respect here. I mean, T1, the show just yesterday versus Trace. Get them in an eco position. They absolutely can claw their way back into a round.
You've got some nasty, nasty Sheriff players.
Look at this clear from Flashback. Getting through sewers, just sniffing around, not seeing anything, not hearing anything. Calls for rotation to come back over. And right now, DRX are gambling on the correct side of the map.
They took a gamble. It's not going to pay off again. DRX.
Part of the map where a lot of teams are going to try to punish T1 because Meteor has a
I don't say getting lucky because I feel like they're actually doing it.
It's been a real
I feel like they're doing good at feeling it out.
Carpe, whoever are typically locking this site down in their defaults.
Trying to go for the push up here. Fault line to hold him in place for the moment. His rotations can now begin. Buzz watching for that late lurk. Not wanting to get backstabbed by Flashback this time around.
Oh my.
Such a nasty blind shot. Hopes of having that impact here from Meteor with Sheriff in hand. Less and less likely.
Leeson, thanks so much. Appreciate the prime. Thank you.
Tower going to be stunned up for the moment. T1 still trying to encroach. Looking for players here, looking for targets, but it's just going to be freeing. Mowing down 2. Meteor does manage to find 1.
With the last kill there, gets his ult as well.
One casualty.
Does T1 call a timeout? They haven't done much. They got 4 kills. Averaged a kill around at the moment.
Trying to figure out how they can get a read on DRX. But it's just great map control, great map awareness, and great calling from Mako here. They're avoiding any of the traps that T1 is trying to set up. That's something that T1 is very, very good at.
You're scared for T1. I'm telling you, they got great maps after this. Like T1 to actually be able to win this best of 3 had to get one of the 3. They had to get a Lotus, a Pearl, and a Haven to win this best of 3. They got 2. I think they won the map via. Like I wouldn't be too worried for T1. They were always meant to lose this. You got to be worried if they start looking shaky on Pearl.
T1 wants to talk about. Kind of curious. Right now, they're playing mostly patiently, other than the push out at tree. Just kind of trying to rotate through their spawn, trying to figure out timing, see if they can catch a lurk player or something like that. But so far,
what can Riot do to avoid snowballs?
Bamboozled.
I mean, what they've been doing is they increase the ults.
Does he just go for that
I can't remember who the chatter was, but I still think no orb for plant and no orb for diffuse is the one. I think it doesn't take away too much, but it takes away enough that you can't focus on who you want to get the
ult. We saw what he could do with it on Haven.
Yesterday.
Yep. Absolutely incredible. Just kind of looking to see if maybe Buzz can repeat some of that magic with the operator. Big part of his game.
Playing over towards Dish, so might have that early contact here alongside against Flashback rather.
Increase the loss bonus. It never really feels like a money thing. It just feels like an ult thing, the snowball.
But T1 get themselves a nice early
like
advantage.
the only time it's a snowball is like 3rd, 4th round you've got a ult. That's when it feels bad. But I mean that could be an approach for them, like a way to do it also.
Turn from it, continues to swing out wider and wider, but he's just eating damage, and eventually Bane is able to find that kill. All of a sudden,
yeah, they're looking clean on this one. This is the first time the DRX would go over towards the site where there is a lot of people. And they can, I mean, they can see the resistances here. The problem is that they've invested the smokes. Oh my goodness, Izu. Yeah, lack of play against, that's just lack of play, unless he tanked the flash.
Trying to get him over the line, it's so damn close, but T1 will barely be able to scrape by with a round win. Up recovered, carried forward.
Pretty sure that was just lack of play against Teo.
Okay,
the worry is here that they won a round with one person surviving.
Read here by DRX that he'd be playing behind that box. Maybe they saw pixel out of place or something like that.
Yeah, he had salvos on the right of him.
There were some right next to him. And that kind of left him in a bad spot.
Yeah, just a bit of pressure.
To get through the Armageddon, did freeing. It's a huge win though. 4 T1.
1, 2, 3, 4 people that combine next with the 1-9 loss bonus. So that's rough. And then you got drops over here. It's a great pick.
Solid shot there off the rip.
That is an insane reply as well.
Pick off Sylvan over at Arcade.
1, 2, 3. It's nice info.
Doesn't necessarily tell them which way this is going to swing, though. So it looks like everybody just going to be taking the rope across to that north side, join in with Flashback. See if they can play off his opening. The Buzz is repositioned. He's tucking back over towards the spawn side, however, for a moment had an angle in towards Arcade.
Okay, but it's still kind of nice. They create pressure here. 3 of them were seen. They insta-take the rope. They know that if they do hit over towards here, there should be pressure. The problem is they don't know about this wall. So Meteor's wall is pretty much going to own it for him.
Finding anything on this side, Stealth Drone obviously going to give this away.
Gives it cleared out, but there's a showstopper in play. Slaps it down.
There's no way that didn't kill. 3 HP.
Still alive with 3 HP to spare.
It's a great reaction again from T1 here, actually just like pushing over towards spawn. Oh my goodness, this is going to get weird.
Available, does he send it? Looks like he's just going to challenge it for the fight and is able to find one more. Flashback dead, Bane on the floor.
Mako had to get involved there. I get how he's playing because he's 3 HP, but he's the big part of the crossfire here.
Really good util coming out.
He was so scared of the pressure of spawn.
The salvos there to flush out the angle for Meteor, to set him up nicely on that ramp. Really good coordinated play.
Meteor did great, yeah. Meteor did great, and T1's reaction to push, like, bottom side of the map was great, yeah.
But Meteor holding the line there, has the Razor Vines to protect him, to isolate that angle. And that coordinated util combo from your initiators. Very nicely done by T1. Now they're starting to get the wind underneath them.
Flash there, what the hell?
Soar a little bit more. T1.
We got 1, 2 people that combine next.
Like a crunch from DRX.
And pressure Arcade, lose tree, insta reaction of the drone towards north side to see if anyone's there.
Spam damage, actually.
Yeah, and dude, we're just taking control and Meteor's messed up. He got 1 though, respect.
Able to take him out. Mako able to find 2. Sylvan answers one back on the Bane. 3v2, the rotation still coming through. Buzz trying to get into position. Izu, if he can find 1.
Do they... I mean...
That Armageddon online.
At one point, this guy's gonna check his cam.
From here, this is gonna prove to be pretty damn difficult to get themselves back in. Final smoke from Mako drops here to block off Jen.
Kinda should be saving? I don't know, it's a weird one.
Bit of a walkabout underneath the sewers. Salvos. Mako has to back off a bit.
Forced away, is able to escape. Eludes that damage. Time starting to tick. Izu on the chase, swings the corner, finds one for the molly. He's gonna burn him down. Buzz now, alone here. On the site, sends to the flashback, swings back in. Snappy finds the readjustment, tries to get a weapon swap in, but Flashback is here to cover.
Okay, nicely handled from them. I still like the reaction from T1 here. I think Mako just did great.
Get themselves back into the driver's seat, not allowing for T1 to get ever closer.
It's just a great execute. That's going to be the hallmark of both of these teams. These attacker side setups that they're able to come through with. Great coordination. Mako able to swing in.
They weren't really in position to flood
bunch
here.
Of big kills, 3 on the round off the back of that molly.
I wonder if they're going to start being a little bit more proactive.
On this map. And it doesn't matter which
Like,
side
I wonder
he's
if they're
on,
going to
attack or
start
defense. He's
fighting.
got tremendous mechanics, and already
Yeah,
T1's
here we
economy
go.
after winning 2 in a row. Back to broken. Good shot by
With this
Meteor.
Marshall looking for some
Dude,
impact here.
Telling
Selvin's
you,
going to be unable to find it,
the
though.
eco push here as well.
On these brims. Flashback, however,
That's a
holding
shame.
down Halls.
It's a shame that this happened here because,
Stops the
but they might
push.
look at this and be like, hold up, if we actually had
Looking so
guns
damn
here,
well.
like proper guns, we might have won this round.
Buzz and Meteor, however, are in the right spot. They're in a decent position. Shot into the chest there on a flashback. Paint shells considered. Shots continue to fly. Just trying to stop the flood here. The swing out. He hasn't been able to find the headshot. Now it is all down to Meteor. That's the fake out.
3 people who can one shot. One.
Hip fire finds one. Pours out into the open. Gets free through that box.
The second shot was really nice.
Cannot find the follow-up. And DRX not allowing these thrifty wins to come through.
This is just great stuff from Flashback again. And
yeah, he did good to hold this down.
Last match, this was one of the biggest pain points for them against Vitality, was Flashback not being able to control those angles by himself. He was often, you know, getting overwhelmed in 1v2s. Vitality was doing a great job in those situations, or in a lot of cases, just 1v1s. I mean, yeah, you're going up against Durka, maybe the best player in this tournament at times, and he was diffing him pretty hard.
Why is Stack so stressed? They probably had to get off to a good start to win this map.
A lot more in control.
Yeah, alright, we said this might happen. They might start getting a bit more proactive. This is probably just because they're up against the Euro ult, though.
Obviously, there's a lot more experience here as well playing
Just
against
full
T1
pass and sticking together.
so
Straight up retakes, looking like the pissed around, basically.
For him in DRX. And another big thing is, no, hold that thought.
T1 still a world away. Have to break the trip.
This is going to get
Flashback
manic.
Shut this down, but 3-player approach.
We got
coming
8
through that north
ults.
side over towards Dish at the moment. Double Armageddon's at the ready. The swing coming through. Wide swing out, Buzz. Plants his feet, finds one. Orbital strike
Okay,
down.
Tail ult at spawn. Brim ult on site. Kind of means they don't go together. Tail ult over towards A main so they can get over and isolate the site with the salvos in the middle of the site. Meech has done incredible here. Okay, got the Boaster lineup.
As much as he can. Final smoke.
Looks like the Boaster lineup missed. Either that or they body blocked it. Did he molly for here? I think he mollied for here. It was actually the close one. Dude, there was a lot of ults used into this though.
Time around, it's just too much for Flashback to deal with.
I felt like this whole idea from T1 was pretty good though.
Has an unfortunate situation there, a 3v1 to try to hold down. Freeing then trying to make a play off the back of his Armageddon. Not going to do anything.
This map, it's attack-sided.
Getting some good value there out of the Steel Garden, something that I felt like had been lacking from his Vice play so far this year. Was finding good opportunities to use that ultimate. That one right there, very, very good. Secured
the
him
molly,
at the end of
it looked
round.
like the Boaster lineup for here. I think there was miscomms with where the plant is.
Now it's going to be a weaker buy for the side of DRX. Hero rifle in Hyunmin's hands.
Flashback needs to run, needs to get onto that rope ASAP.
Oh, he didn't. He's dead.
Cage just pops, swings out.
He didn't set off the cage.
Fast enough. Mako now almost goes for the peek there into Halls. Bane just strafing into the site. Meteor's tucked away. Looks for the second. Hyunmin able to find one. To the corner, avoids the suppress. The narrow relocate is now rolling thunder. Crashed across from Stacks. Buzz, another showstopper.
Who's that? Freeing went for it.
Exactly
No way.
Even with the sun.
You got another TP, but you're never going to feel comfy to use it.
It'll just be too much pressure coming their way. DRX crumble under it.
Is this nice though if they keep going aggro like this?
Kind of curious if maybe now a timeout going to be thought about by DRX here. It's just these three-man pushes from T1. They're just saying, let's just group up. Let's just swing a direction.
Run them down.
Run them down, exactly. Because if we have the numbers, if we're able to catch Flashback in particular on his own, if we can guess where he's going to be, that's going to give us a huge advantage.
DRX timeout? Okay. And this is just going to be a timeout to say, well, they keep pushing on defense. So we either go like real fast, like real fast and go over towards the site, or we actually just hold for this.
For that retake, for that flood. Because if you let DRX plant their feet, they're going to have very, very difficult post plants to root out.
Timeout is there. Glow chatting with the team, figuring out what exactly is going wrong. Granted, thrifty attempt in the last round. Able to get a couple of those ultimates away. The Rolling Thunder, the showstopper used.
To set off the cage? Yeah, that's true. He's pressing, yeah, he's pressing like F to hit the cage, and it's just taking the rope from him.
They themselves still holding on to this rolling thunder.
It's unlucky.
I mean, to me, this is just Tournament calling a timeout because of what was going on in the map.
Again, two options really when they're pushing this fast, like this much. You either go super fast, so that, and then you get into better positions after once you hit over towards the site.
On the south side of the map.
You either hit them dead on and they're pushing you, and then it's like an even fight because you're using all your util. Or, like I said, you get over towards site early and you can use all your util.
In response to that, they're going to continue.
Stun on the right, tail damage to make sure that oh my goodness, this duel is going to be wild, man. Flashback is about to meet everyone. 1, 2.
Getting ready to come through. Flashback. Not going to be pressured out.
But that was enough to divert. Just Meteor's presence was enough to divert DRX.
Oh, okay, this is nice though. Because he spots 2 of them and then he thinks they're going to go aggro over towards here because they didn't push him. And no matter what, his team would have been here to help. I actually think this is a good call for DRX.
Spots him out. Freeing not able to find that headshot there.
Problem is, them getting early info now does mean that they're wrecked. Keep an eye on Meteor. He's just re-cleared all of A main on his own. These 4 are going to stay so strong, especially as they clear top here. They break the trip. They let them know that they've taken all of this. The ping comes out.
Shoving back. Snacks are in tower. Push comes through.
Okay, they're going back. See Meteor. Are they going back? Oh, they're so indecisive.
Flashback watching the angle, will have to hit the shot. Rolling Thunder now going to come crashing through. I think Stack's able to avoid that one Meteor striking. Finds one, finds a second.
What a second kill that is.
Come to the rescue. The wheels now starting to come off. As T1.
Yeah, you saw it on the minimap here, right? Four people started to run back, and then they went back here as well. So they're like calling, canceling, overcalling. We don't know what's going on, but they look great.
Shown by Meteor.
They're struggling a bit now.
DRX into the stack of
Dude, if T1 managed to get 6 rounds on defense from this start, they've done so good. From a 6-2.
May end up splitting this half. And Meteor there finding great timing, great patience there to wait until for sure that rolling thunder.
The Cypher only saw 2, and then they thought. So the Cypher thought they were going to either push him, so the rest of the team was going to come back to trade them, or they were going to go, because they saw the camera, they're being proactive, right? So they thought they were going to clear top sides. They thought they could just enter into a site where maybe they would be like over towards Dish if they were coming towards A. 3 people fighting here. Yeah, dude, this is the bomb as well. Oh boy, here we go. Flashback absolutely sent it. Yeah, these guys did good enough to hold them here. Dude, I still think T1 did pretty good. I feel like 5 here is nice for T1. They're giving themselves a great go at it.
A lot earlier than he had anticipated.
The problem is, if DRX know how to play against the Vice comps, they might be wrecked.
Freeing at 16 health.
It's a miracle with how they started.
Not giving him
honestly, yeah, if you offered them, when it was 4-0, you offered them, you offered them 5 rounds at the half, they're taking it.
Salvos gets a chunk. Now down to 41.
Flashback. Should have the cleanup here. Oh no, Meteor does win that.
Headshot coming through, but there's so much more to try to grind through, and Payne will go ahead and put an end to it. DRX,
yeah, T1 are going to be right with this. Obviously DRX in control, but
this is a fantastic run back from T1.
Some really good adjustments made by T1 in terms of just
I mean, they just went aggro.
Countering how DRX was trying to play, especially Flashback.
Well, this map is contentious to say the least.
They were just like turtling, waiting to get wrecked on one of the sites where it was either like 2 or 3 and they were essentially weak, getting split. They just decided to take some map control and pretty much do it back to them.
Had it with your old phone. We've got you.
Talon, yeah, they're changing to their players, right? Honestly, with how they look to kick off, I am not against it.
All 3 on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
I think it's fine for them to change stuff up. Okay, let me mute the stream a little bit. I think I've watched one of the players. I can't remember who I watched. But I watched one of the players they're picking up. I remember him looking good, but... Killua? Yeah, that's who I watched. Was he the dude when I watched him? He was playing Vice. He was Sentinel player? Okay, then yeah. Yeah, he's really good. Like, he's a great pickup. Lanshu with the Prime. Thank you, thank you. Honestly, Talon might have done really good. I feel like there's some good pickups. I checked out the other guy's stats as well. The stats are pretty crazy.
Alrighty, we are about to dive into the second half here on Fracture. First map of this series with elimination on the line. T1, very rocky start, have done well to rally back, make this
Nothing today, Fio.
Scoreline.
Why? Why are you doing a yampy on me? What's going on?
It's been the way Meteor has been playing. He's been stepping up. He's been finding some of those timings. His side anchoring, a little bit sketch. But
Martin getting caught off guard there.
But his lurks have been really good, is where I'm going with that. So let's see if on this attacker side, Meteor can find some more of that space, find some more of that value for DRX, shutting those things down. Sight holds on B with Flashback and Mako going to be very, very crucial. Hyunmin being able to spread the map with those Yoru TPs as well.
Right.
See how that
Let's see. DRX 1-0 with the pistols.
Will work for DRX coming into this half.
T1 probably still need a pistol here.
I was pretty surprised they changed on this map as well. I thought this might be the one where
unless DRX don't know how to play against the
really went all in on Yoru for this event.
The Vice comp, but I'm pretty sure they do.
Same thought process around freeing playing nothing but Tae.
Cat Kitty, Cat Wow with the 18 months. Thank you for the Prime. Thank you for that.
To get themselves this advantage.
This is nice from DRX.
Space, he opens things up, but he hasn't been fragging the way that we've seen him in the last two series.
It's especially on this map. It's really tough for yours.
And they're gonna hear the wall.
Coming through, Buzz. Go ahead, 6 a landing.
Yeah, they're going fast for it. The wall gets set. Only one person here. Kevin probably has to wait for his teammate.
Mako slowly creeping his way in from the spawn. 2-player advantage. Monstrous here for the side of T1 as they look to get themselves another pistol win.
Look at Sylvan. He's out Narnia.
He is. He's going to rope across the back. They want to play this out as patiently as they can. Paint shells here at Mako's feet, forces him back, and he eats an immense amount of damage. Haven't been finding one, but I don't think this flank is going to be noted whatsoever. Not anticipated as Sylvan gets closer and closer. The call here.
See them from T1.
Send him back across the rope. Could be absolutely devastating. But it won't even come to fruition.
So DRX kinda well, it's just a pistol, so we'll wait.
The win, not in his sights.
Like, it's a good sign at least that they were pushing a little bit late after getting info. I would like them to, like, straight away push. I think that's what the Vice really struggles to deal with. But no matter what, you have to, like, push one of the sides anyway. Because the Vice forms means that you can't flood the site, so you can never really help your teammates on site.
Snappy stuff from Stacks, but definitely has been Meteor's map so far. And a big-time pistol win for DRX, and got to start to worry.
1-1 on this, dude. T1 are in a great spot.
To worry about DRX.
Imagine they steal this map.
I noticed, just kind of watching them on stage,
it's winnable, oh for sure. We've got Molly that goes over towards Heaven. Salvo's Molly here. Scatter nade to make sure that you can't play behind there. Yeah, Cameron has to go out into the open. Holy, it's a good stun on this as well. Dude, Buzz is one away from his ult. Oh, they're in a crazy good spot now as well. They might be able to do the 4-0 back to him.
It is just freeing. And given the way that he's just sprinting around, well, we'll be able to find a kill. Oh, almost a second. It seemed like he just wanted to get this round over with.
That's a nice round.
We are tied up at 7-7.
Sylvan even gets the plant.
All right, the speed and acceleration for T1 has been working
so far. Yeah, let's see where the results go.
Get past that utility, get on top of that box. That's some really nice blast packing from Buzz.
Yeah, this bonus has so much potential. Only one person dies as well.
So this is scary for DRX. Have to be very aware of the positionings that T1 is going to be taking. don't want to lose a player early. That showstopper if you can help it.
Yes, this should go.
It's an interesting setup there with that tripwire right at the edge of tower. Trying to
Okay, I
catch
like
players,
this
setting
from
up,
T1. They decide to go for the fake. Salvo's top of sight. We probably got some kind of thorns getting thrown as well. Maybe even the flash. And then they free pass and walk over towards A.
They
also faked their arcade default with the drone.
No one here to
So
receive it.
rotate goes in.
Gonna be a bit of a dud,
Feel like
but still,
Meteor did great to get
space open
that
up for
one.
T1
That's all
to
you have
get
to
the
do.
fight
They clear all of this space as well.
They're gonna
You
have
look
so
at
much
how much
control.
space they got.
I
Now
mean,
they
they've
can
got
heavy
Dish and main
prioritize over
control.
towards here. Does
DRX only has
Sylvan
one option, and that's
have...
the brute force their way through. They might
Bust
try and
the
clear
lineup.
main first.
Let's go into the
This
pause
is
for
gonna be
it.
challenging no matter what.
Get Sylvan escorted back. He's
Yeah,
gonna be in
and
position
so
for the
all that
volley
needs to happen
lineup.
now is Sylvan needs to tuck in,
Realizes that's a
and
fake
Bars
out,
needs to go help his
Real thing
teammate out.
comes in. Stacks
Okay,
the
Molly's
base, the
used
now
early.
sent through.
Does have the
Bounces
Molly though,
down
yeah.
for the delaying. DRX realize they can't even try
Okay,
to
Molly's
go
goes
for the
early.
tap
They
down
still
spike
got to
just
tap
yet.
it,
They still
and
need
got
to
the
open up some
salvos.
space. They need to clear all these angles. And now the salvos are ready. Can hold a half. Hyunmin trying to scale forward. Finds
Mako
one.
got half.
Half hold is there as Hyunmin
my
looks
God, he got half.
for an ace for himself. It
Oh
cannot
my God.
happen.
Damn, dude.
The hold comes in. DRX
Mako
win the
is
round,
a
but they
god.
lose absolutely everything.
Mako is a god. Got the half, and they managed to get the other half on top.
On a nice
That's
edge
sick.
there.
Shout out
Izu
to
playing
Mako
that
here.
really nicely. But the fact that DRX commits to that half hold, sacrifices Mako.
Yeah, Mako's playing.
allows
Mako's
them
just
to get
having a
that round
great
win, but just
tournament.
barely. And they are going to be hurting.
Still good
economically
damage.
going into
Incredible
this next
damage.
round.
But
Meteor winning out on a 1v1.
I mean,
quite a bit of damage. Pretty easy
probably
cleanup. I thought Sylvan might have
probably
the jump
shouldn't be
on
winning
Gunman
it.
there. He got ahead of the flash.
Bambino,
Swung
hello
wide,
mate.
but
Hello,
Hyunmin with a
hello.
Nice reaction.
48 months
Take
as
him
well.
down.
4 years. 4 years is actually
what now
insane.
T1 wants to do.
Thank you so much,
An arcade
Bambino.
push.
Thank you, thank you.
Flashback here. Trip this
Here
time
from the beginning.
hasn't been cleared just yet by the
Okay, now they actually go for their default. And DRX, even though they won the rounds, just go well.
They're gonna
We're
know
all
that.
going to be sitting at like 3k. Do we really want to go in for this one, or are we just going to...
Inside the smoke with a
That's
timing
unlucky.
buzz.
Just going to light by.
Able to find it. That's devastating.
So the DRX are kind of just accepting that they're going to lose this, and they have to try to do some damage.
They lose out on Hyunmin at the same time.
No way.
Through the smoke past the Jen
Cool
Bane.
Bane.
It's taken down and freeing, locked in position here by these thorns. That smoke only
Chat,
gonna last
this
for
next
so long.
round is so important.
Dissipates, he breaks the line of sight. How do you try to get a jump on somebody? Frenzy at this range.
They're using that Teo utility to smother him out of the round. It's going to be difficult for him to find the opportunities. Trying to be as patient as he can. Maybe stacks a meteor on the way out. Re-wraps back towards the ramp. No. He's just going to die to the spike.
It seems like they have a well-assessed idea of where freeing is going to be coming from. Able to avoid him, so freeing will just go down to the spike, but that means a T1. Not allowing for that thrift to come in. Got to sprint it there. Okay.
Yeah, it's close.
Gets in, dies. That means a T1 tie us up. Still neck and neck, 8-8.
Obviously a weaker buy, but a few things go
Yeah, I
pretty
felt
awry
sorry
here.
for Mako that.
Or the side of
Unlucky
DRX, just the
timing.
timing there. Mako thought he could redo the smokes. Yeah, you can see it. He knew the timing was just a bit off. Sure, flashback. Got the one and done.
Breamy,
Beyond that, just some
137.
smoke
Thank you
spam
so much for the tier 1.
for T1, anticipating
This
the
right
flood
here
retake
is
attempt
the
by
round.
DRX, just
This
shutting it
is
down
the
before it
round.
even starts.
The 2 away from a breach if
This
they
is a
wanted
very
to
important
double
round for
default and get an
DRX.
AWP. We got Hyunmin, who has his
In
ult
the
for
bin.
retake as well. Dude, we're gonna start it with a big fight here. T1 win the trade. Dude, Flashback has to go 2, to be honest.
Slants it over towards the site. Flashback going to be
Oh,
noted. The
boy.
spray coming his way. Swings back out
Really
of the cage,
messed
but
up.
Buzz is good for it.
He was not expecting the timing from Buzz.
Already.
Buzz
The
just
back middling coming
absolutely
through.
owned it.
The call to save has to be made. DRX not finding purchase. This aggression out from T1 off the rip.
Choco
just
Breezy
too
with the
much,
tier 1. Thank you,
overwhelming
thank you.
them.
Appreciate the 24
T1 will now
months.
gain
Thank you
the
for 2
lead.
years as well.
This is pretty wild.
Buzz, yeah, Buzz just
I mean, this
completely
execute
wrecked his timing.
Style of Valorant that both of these teams play.
He thought he had enough
Who
time
was
to
gonna be
get
able
all the way over
to
towards heaven.
coordinate and outguess the other better. And so far, T1 has been making the better reads, the better adjustments throughout.
They invested in
First
AWP.
half in particular.
DRX don't AWP
I
that
thought those
much.
were some
When they
really
AWP, it
good
seems that
calls
flashback
by Stacks and
AWPs.
Autumn to change
Like, they
things
really
up
don't
as this one
AWP
went on.
or
But here on
outlaw
this
much.
attacker side, they're just in cruise control. Send Buzz in, Buzz go kill, break open the site, easy money. You know, obviously there's some good util behind it. Izu's doing a great job on that Tejo. finding a ton of value. Meteor's just Meteor, man. Looking much more like himself these last couple of days.
Oh, for sure. I think this is the best performance we've seen from him on this Vice in particular.
Yes.
But it has just been electric here today.
Look, I'll be honest. I was saying a couple days ago, take Meteor off
another
Vice.
low buy, got the
He's
2
not ready
save
for it.
guns.
He's
The
proving me wrong
worrying
right
thing
now.
for DRX
He
is
looks
they're
way
about
better, much more
to come into the
much
cycle of
better reads on the
ults.
map. I talked to him.
And these
right
ults are
before the match. I
so
just asked
good
him,
on
"How you doing?"
attack.
He goes,
Every
"Up
single
with
one of
Gianna."
them.
Not bad.
Yeah. I'm all right. Let's see what this has done to the economy here for DRX. Stinger in hand. Scout out onto freeing. Hunman goes into the dimensional drift, spotting out Meteor. Primary target. See if he's going to be able to take him down, though.
Yeah, and he's like, come on team, come kill this guy. And they all tunnel vision and everyone's pushed through the smokes and just shoot them in the back where they're tunnel visioning on one guy.
Just one rifle left in play here in the hands of Bane. Flashback with a classic, maybe could pick up Meteor's gun.
You'd love to see if you could find a way to get that rolling thunder out of stacks here.
Yeah, I don't know why DRX
bit more
changed their
pressure,
comp.
maybe find one pick.
It doesn't look
Force that
great.
ult out.
They had such a good fracture before they tried this comp here.
Coordination starting to break down, you can see. Slow creep up, getting ready.
The
Clear off one angle.
the defense is looking a little rough. I do think they're getting snowballed slightly though, so we'll wait. Yeah, we got no breach damage on this one as well. Stun? Count stun was kind of sick here. And he got rounds.
Bane realizes
Beast,
that it's a
man,
lost
beast.
cause.
Who played from
Will
stacks.
take a kill,
Really, really
get
nice.
another ult orb, but he cannot stop T1. Red Bull clutch goes their way. They now move up 10 to 8.
They're absolutely frying on this attacker
I
side.
do think here,
I mean, credit to DRX.
for DRX, they
They're
need,
able
like
to
in the
force out that big
2v1
ultimate,
here,
but still couldn't find that round
someone's
win. For a moment,
gotta,
it looked
you
like
gotta
the hope
trust
was
each
there.
other.
Again, just Sylvan pushing through those smokes, disrespecting Mako's
Like
util.
if that, like all I'm saying, if that's
job.
Mako on the spike, like he's
This
getting half
aggression
there,
from-
and he's
T1
trusting his
needs
teammate to
be
get the
accounted
rest.
for. You've got to find a way to maintain arcade control. It's being
Breach
sending
ult? No, but
players
he
down
was
into
back
sewers to
on it
create
pretty
some
fast.
crunches. That's been the
He
one
should have at
round
least tried
that
to get
worked
half here.
for DRX in this half. Was when they
Like
were
after
able
the
to set
breach
up a
ult,
crunch
he
from
was on it
multiple
pretty
directions
fast back.
to really just smother
Yeah,
T1 out of that round.
you gotta try half that.
This is starting to look dire. T1 is in much better form than we've seen the first 2 times against DRX, especially on a map that has plagued T1 throughout this year. This has been one of their pain points.
Dude, they're
Seems like they're
so
finally
in
starting to
control.
find that confidence,
10-8.
finally starting to find that
They're
groove.
just about to get all the other big
Can
ults there.
DRX punch
They only
back?
have to use breach ult.
They absolutely need to.
And then they got
Round
arguably two out of 3 of their best
Translate
maps
into a
next.
round win was an eco attempt, but see how they fare now. Full weaponry back into their hands. Orbital, a neural at their disposal, but similarly impactful ultimates there for T1 as well.
You can see they're stacking heavy on the B side. It's going to be a 4-man push for T1 from the southern end.
Okay, but this
Meanwhile,
is
yeah,
what they should
arcade
be doing.
control gonna be a
They should be
attempt to
pushing the
establish
Vice the
by
whole time.
DRX.
Just push top side, everyone 4-1s.
Just
See the Vice
Meteor there on his
alone, the Vice
lonesome.
should get Uto dumped and shouldn't be able to get one.
Does
Meteor
well.
gets
Goes final
one.
turns for the
On
flash,
everything.
back. Gets with Hyunmin.
He's done absolutely everything.
Tip of the retake spear now going to be eliminated, but orbital strike coming through as things get chaotic here on the B site. Similarly, Armageddon trying to escort them forward, drop down off the rope. See Aftershock forces them away. Sights opened up now, in control of T1. Sylvan still has his own orbital strike available for the post plant.
They
He's
gotta go
just
kind of
back
fast
out over
because of
towards
the
tree.
Brim ult.
Flashback not quite
When does
finding
the salvos come up? I feel like as soon as the salvos come up for freeing, they not just wrecked in heaven.
Salvos trying to flush him into the open. Buzz still here on site, able to find one, but Mako swings in, finds 2, takes down his former cohorts.
Oh,
Right
that
on the rope,
timing's
Izu about to get
crazy.
timed. Eliminated now, and it all falls
Nice
down
shot.
to Sylvan.
Winnable. Super winnable.
The orbital device of
Oh,
space
less
with the
winnable.
Armageddon looks to shove him back, and he cannot
That's
escape it.
winnable. What an ult that is.
Freeing with a 3K. Get DRX
Jesus, what are you meant to do there?
back in this. 1 round separating as they look to go 10-10, but T1 have so much cash behind right now.
This is a great adjustment, great
perfect ult.
identification by DRX. Reestablishing control of arcade. Giving up a little bit of space. Sure, Meteor gets one, you're able to trade it quickly, not that big of a deal. Because you have the orbital strike and you're able to use that when T1 wants to plant to force them into tower. Then you've got the Tejo utility to force them out into the open.
I will say that freeing was incredible in this round, but he was just so patient. He just tucked in the whole time over towards Arcade. Like, he was just here the whole time, just waiting for the salvos. Salvos came in to try and flush them onto the open for the rest of his team. He didn't face it because he's low HP. And then, in the afterplant, that was awesome. And then, like, late went over towards Heaven. Like, he was really patient on it.
Showstopper, however, built up that orb take.
I think DRX messed up though. They didn't go aggro.
That's gonna be freeing, taken down. The crunch here from T1.
It's like they had what they had to do, where they have to like push part of the map and not have to worry about it, and they decided to just turtle.
Paint shells forcing him further away, allowing for Meteor.
Now they got the flank going, but they triggered the wall earlier, so they know that they're coming behind. Now and after DRX win this, unless Bane has the best breach ult ever to enable them.
Thunder available here towards Bane, but can they send it? Sylvan flashed up. Needs a little bit of damage. Just a lick there from the molly.
Oh, they really messed up.
DRX are calling this off. The 4v5, T1 far too entrenched. No one on that north side to try to create that extra bit of crunch.
They can't sit like this. I don't know where they like had the formula. They managed to get the 1-for-1. They cleared all the info, so they know that they don't have to worry about a side when they're retaking.
It's a simple adjustment.
And then they just go dish this time. Turtled in the boxes.
We've got the showstopper. If we can get through the site
Boss dish control. These two are here just getting pinched.
It's right there. Lickety split. So the counter calls here, so good. And on this attacker side, I've been highly favoring T1. Now what does Mako have in response? Because he's got a rolling thunder. The neural theft available as well. Some tools to work with, but a couple bulldogs had to be bought down. T1 right back to Arcade and DRX.
They're turtling again.
Really reading this. Mako forced back. A lot of info gained. They know they're going to have
Arcade.
space.
They're at least drawn to clear this, but it's not going to clear too much. Only has vision here.
Able to fault line there.
Fault lines out. Catches.
Guys.
Definitely has to back away. It's going to be taken. Sits at the molly. Rolling thunder.
Breach ult goes in, but they can't flood because there's Fawns down. You just used a breach ult for nothing. God, they're playing pretty poorly.
He's out at safety.
Okay, Fawns fade, so they try and fast flood, but they just go into a crossfire. Thank God for freeing, man. He's saving them. 2 rounds that he saved them so far. Nice shots.
Get themselves just 1 round away. But it's chaotic. It's messy.
Give me this freeing POV. How's he done this? The breach flash was nice from Bane.
This is the IGL calling for himself here. He's saying, Bane, get over here. Help me with that util. Send that ult out. Buy some time. And then the quick retake before T1 can really plant their feet.
Nice kill.
Find the ability to get the plant down. Great stuff. Great counter call again.
Dude, if I'm T1 though, I'm kind of happy with that round. You can just do the same and then just delay your forms a little bit.
Familiar they are with each other. This time
We got
T1
1, 2, 3, 1.
of a tree push, but I'd like to see T1 slow down the pace a little bit.
Another big round for DRX. Must win again.
The map. See if they can bait out some rotation, some util from DRX. Looks like our drones are gonna say hello to each other over there over in A main, but Meteor here able to jump the wire. Oh, that's so bad.
They didn't hear it.
Could be absolutely devastating.
They didn't hear it on this one.
He will be there underneath sight.
Oh boy.
Crash drifting across, but Meteor. He's gonna spot a
oh boy, and I thought the trip was good.
Bane freeing, not sure what just hit him. A Meteor to the back of the head as they get devastated. And now for that gate crash, you can't take it.
There was an immediate ping onto that tripwire.
And there's an immediate call to go for the save. DRX just do not have the funds.
Yep.
This is
well,
a tough pill to swallow, knowing that you have to let the opposing team get to map point on your map pick. And then try
is that
to
a red?
the
trip? It's at least a yellow. We'll give a yellow card for
Would it
it.
be the first time they've done it to T1?
It's
very true,
pretty bad.
DRX looking very frazzled. Mako needing to hold on to this weapon.
But he just switched out, right? And this is another one of those time things, right? DRX changed their comp. They you don't have sometimes you don't have time to just have the practice where this happens to them,
Cleared out.
and he realizes that he has to change it up,
wheel.
right? That happens in a
Meteor collects
practice,
one.
these two get killed,
Cage basically giving away their
they
positions.
go, oh, dude, mate,
T1
your trip's wrong, and they'll go back on a server, they'll look at the trip.
shot onto one.
Lack of
Meteor
play,
finds the other,
they
a
don't
4K
have that
form.
with the trip,
One
yeah.
rifle surviving
Just
the
the,
round. Cash gone.
It's just lack of time of being able to
T1.
change a comp,
Get up to map point.
and they don't save
26
too many
kills
here.
now for Meteor. And this is just expert awareness on his part. I mean, obviously, Flashback probably getting a little bit of a talking to about that tripwire placement. And grabbing these guns at the end of the round is so devastating.
Okay, 2 chances, and this is such a map to steal for T1.
A bulldog for Mako.
Can't express how good of a spot they're going to be in if they win this.
Other than the neural theft, and while you got the rolling thunder for stacks, he can send it right here.
They're looking for a clutch, but now the rolling thunder
Holy.
looks to shove them back. Hyunmin able to dip out, freeing. Looks back through the door. Salvo's now starting to fly. Damage not suffered here on the side of DRX quite just yet, but all 5 players from T1 roped up here in halls.
Could be a straight
Grab
red.
the orb, and I think
The
this
thing is,
a
like,
good idea.
I feel
Back
a
off
little
of
bit
this,
for him
try
in
a
this
different
situation.
direction. You have
Wait,
made it very
he's got a
readable
lot on his shoulders
what
for
you're
this
doing
new,
here.
like this
Maybe
new
if you can
comp where he
find a
plays
pick.
Cypher on every map. You can
In
tell he's
Sands.
not like, he's not
Flash out,
super
Kevin looking for the
comfy with a
play.
lot of the stuff that's
Down
going
Izu,
on.
able to find one freeing here.
One enemy
Covering
remaining.
fire.
Yeah.
Go ahead and stem this.
Yeah, and this
Push
is just
coming
more
through.
T1.
Somehow, some way, DRX.
Maybe just forcing it over towards the site. I will say the
managed to
DRX
win
did
it out.
good to
They
get
can
like
scoop up these
through
weapons.
their smokes before any of the forms
two
came
dead.
down as well.
Minor amounts of cash. Still going to be a bit of a weaker buy as they try to push this into overtime, but they are
Look desperate from
persevering.
T1 here
That's
though.
going to be a timeout called.
Why
for
did they
T1.
force it? Yeah, I
It's a
don't know why
good
they forced
idea.
this one.
From both teams. DRX there, just knowing that they can bait that rolling thunder out and just fall back. T1 so committed to this A hit. They weren't changing their mind no matter what. Come hell or high water, they were going to try to break through. Buzz goes in all on his own to try to create space. Gets shut down at the point
Okay,
of
nice
attack.
little timeout for the last round.
The rest of the team crumbles behind. So DRX there, able to just
Dingers
get
are
an early
broken.
read on T1's positioning.
I mean,
and
watch them
lock down the
EMEA,
A
and
site.
honestly, I don't think you'll say that. But I
T1
agree
here.
with you. It's more
Bit
just like knowing
concerning.
how to use the
Saw
gun.
this on Haven when they played their very first time, where T1 had a lead and fumbled it, sent it into OT, had another lead in OT, had a 3v1 against Flashback, where he was able to clutch out to send it to another set of OT rounds.
It is a sick gun though. It really
And
is.
DRX ended up winning that Haven. So T1 looking to avoid that again here on Fracture, a map that has looked much improved today. This is a much better version so far, but I need to see T1 a bit more active on the map, and it looks like they're going to try and set up a B crunch.
Okay, one
Three
last
up top,
chance.
2 down below.
And
Whereas DRX,
I like
they're
this for
looking to get aggressive
DRX.
out of dish.
looks like we're going aggro over
How
towards
quickly they try
Dish.
to go for this. I mean, you see the
How
pings covering that north
The
side.
3 fair, and how
Yeah, they're gonna
fast
call
are the
for a full
2?
Crunch.
What decisions do they make?
Solid enough understanding of where T1 is going to be. They actually shut them down. That's just going to be.
Oh
well,
god, he
invested
left them.
Here at Steel Garden.
He left them. Who's this? Bane just
Play their
gets around the
weapons.
corner.
Space
Now they're
given
going to
up.
have to retake, but they're all
Fire
retaking from
cleared
spawn
out
against a
on the
Vice
site.
comp.
Meteor able to find
Guys, you
one.
can't do
Bane
that.
Dead.
That's why you wanted to push in the first
Towards that
place.
spawn side. Now set up. Retake needing to get started here, but Flashback already going to be taken down 3v5 as DRX desperately try to get this over into overtime. Hyunmin down low. Flash connects. Stack's going to be eliminated. Buzz with the shorty able to find Hyunmin freeing, taking down Buzz. The trade's coming back through, but still the disadvantage here for DRX.
Mako.
Clear some space, freeing.
They didn't
Trying
get
to
that. Dude,
disrespect
I tell you
the
what,
damage.
Meteor
Pushes
farmed
forward, gets
them.
cut down. 13-11.
Damn, that's
T1
giant,
take
by the way.
down DRX.
They
On
actually
DRX's
they
map,
actually
pick a
stole the
fracture.
map,
That is
and
a
I feel like DRX
statement
played
win for this
pretty
T1 team.
poorly.
Unbelievable
to be
that
honest.
they're able to take this map from DRX.
Like I feel like DRX kind of messed up. They need
especially
especially on this especially on this defense, like they had to actually like push, and they just weren't actually pushing. And then they were just trying to flood back in, and like, where's the pressure coming from? Like this last round was not great. Shout out to T1 though. Like this is a map that hasn't been great for them.